All right, so logistically, your other responsibility in terms of scheduling, as it stands now, what have you told your staff in terms of how to handle that non-conference portion of your schedule or scheduling as you await to see what the Pac-12 will deliver for a conference schedule? Mick?
Well, we got to hold tight because this just happened. Because now what our working group that we've had in the Pac-12 since the spring, which is, I think it's important for people to know, with athletic directors, coaches, on this scheduling committee that have been creating contingency plans. So now that we know when we're going to start, the hardest part of this is what's going to happen with others. And then you have coaches that have reached out to me already and said, well, if you guys start league play January 4th, we'll come and open up with you on January 1st. So we got to hold tight, let us get organized. We have some time to get organized with it. Obviously it would be conducive to all of us if everybody just said, hey, we're all starting January 1st. And then everybody could figure it out. But, that's not the norm. The new normal is you got to be Mike Hopkins, man, from Huntington Beach. You just got to roll with everything. So we're just going to roll with it, man.
Laguna Beach, but it's nice, isn't it? All those beaches. You're getting all those Manhattan, Huntington, Newport. You're living.
I can't even afford to hang out where you're from, Mike.
Yes, you can.
So, Mike,
you got to roll with it, Andy.
Huh?
So, what are you guys doing scheduling wise?
Well, it's the same thing would make this happen. I think there's, we don't know what the NCAA is going to do. Are they going to extend? Is it going to be May Madness, March Madness, whatever it may be? I think we just kind of, this thing is so fluid. We just got to kind of go with it and figure it out. Like Mick said, it would be great if they came out and said, based on the situation through NCAA, the season's going to start January 1st. Maybe there's a testing protocol that teams have to abide by to be able to play, whatever that may be. We're just kind of waiting to see what those decisions are made and not jumping to any conclusions.
So one idea that's been floated out there are sort of mini bubbles, where if you were to do the conference where, let's say, you go to LA for 7 to 10 days, play a round robin schedule within the league, then go home for 2 weeks. Next time you go to Seattle, same thing, to sort of create these mini bubbles to get a conference season in before we even get to the NCAA tournament. What do you think the feasibility of that is without knowing, where we are going to be with rapid testing at that point in 2021?
For me, I think it can work. We have travel partners. We're one of the few leagues that have travel partners. We go together. We can easily do it geographically. I think we can create a safe environment. We've got some of the best doctors in the world are from our league and some of the best institutions, and we'll do whatever it is. Any way that we can be safe, we'll be able to do it. I really believe that.
Mick?
I totally agree with Hop on that. It's very doable. I think our league is now focused, now that they know where we're at. Now the focus shifts on how to make it happen. So whether it's mini bubbles, one big bubble, whatever it takes, the advantage is we're online classes. I mean, most of our guys throughout our conference are going to be taking online classes predominantly. And it's also the time of accommodation, right? So even in the spring, I know at UCLA and everywhere else, people, professors were accommodating as the adjustments went. So I think it's more than doable. Like Mike said, we have travel partners, we have footprints, we have places that we can do bubbles if that's what it calls for. I don't think that'll be a problem at all. I will say this, and I know I speak for all 12 of our coaches. Our players want to play, so they're going to be all for whatever that goes on. The players right now, this is hard for them because they wanted to start in November. They want to play, though. I mean, no different than what you're hearing from the football players nationwide. You're going to start hearing that from the basketball players. They'll do whatever they need to do, and their desire to play is out there.
Last thing, guys, that I think we can all take as a huge positive with our sport, which is, and this is not to denigrate football, but nowhere on the globe has football been played yet. We do know that basketball can be played safely. We're seeing that with our own eyes. NBA, WNBA, obviously in other parts of the world as well. So if we can get to that point, how much solace do you guys take that the sport itself, up against each other, sweating on each other, that if the right protocols are taken, you can actually play this sport during a pandemic? Mike?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, I think when we do it, when we decide to get our schedule after January 1st, we'll play. It will be successful. I love watching the NBA games every day. It's just a lot of fun. And like you said, it's about the testing and it's about the responsibility of the student athletes. And like Mick said, these kids want to play. They want to play. We've been successful in our 4 weeks here. I think it's going to happen. I'm excited for it to happen and can't wait to make it happen. So very optimistic about that.
Mick?
Again, Hop and I see this as a player issue. Basketball's been proven, and you make a good point. They're already playing. Now computer said, well, outside the bubble. Funny anecdotes. We talked about it with our team the other night, and one of my freshmen, Jalen Clark, said, well, "Coach, am I going to be able to go get something to eat?" That's what. We're not. We're not going to be locked in somewhere with delivering brown bags. I don't see that happening on the college setting. But the thing I would point out before we go, I think that the Pac-12 medical advisory said something that really struck us as coaches. With the rapid testing, if we have, it's a small sacrifice to lose a few games. If we're indeed going to be able to get to rapid testing and control the spread of a virus that's devastating as this one from 40% now with every 2 week testing to 95% if you can get everyday testing. We're just all excited to get going here in the fall, and I like I said, I think that we're the first on this, but we're not going to be the last.
Well, I agree, guys. I think without question, we will have a season. It won't be perfect. It may not be, equitable across the country, but we will have a season. We will have a tournament at some point in 2021, and someone can record this and throw this back in my face, but I believe it. It will happen in some form or fashion in 2021. I appreciate you guys. Mick Cronin from UCLA, Mike Hopkins from Washington. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon.